Hi, I'm Stephen Rogelberg. I am thrilled to share a video with you on the criticality and success factors around one-on-one meetings, which are an essential leadership activity. Stated differently, this is the one meeting type that should never be an email. It is foundational to the success of leaders, directs, and the broader team. This video is part of the event series of the LEO Virtual Leadership Club, brought to you by the LEO Leadership Clubs International, which offers free leadership content and mentorship to aspiring leaders around the globe. How fantastic. In this video, I'm going to share some quick learnings from my new book, Glad We Met, The Art and Science of One-on-One Meetings. I had so much fun writing this book. It covers so many topics, from why one-on-ones, how to position them, cadences, key mistakes, agendas, key questions, how to evaluate if it's worth it, and special topics like the notion of skip level meetings. So without further ado, let me share with you some key tips around one-on-ones. And thank you again to the LEO Virtual Leadership Club for the opportunity to get this content out to all without any charge. Thank you. So now that we've seen how important one-on-ones are, how can we make sure that each of us is doing a really good job with them? Let's start by identifying the most common mistakes. First, the manager does way too much talking and does not facilitate it. The biggest predictor of one-on-one value I have found in my research is the direct's active participation, as measured by the amount of time they talk during the meeting relative to the manager. Stated differently, the biggest predictor of ineffectiveness was a manager talking more than the direct. The ideal balance appears to be the direct speaking anywhere between 50 and 90% of the time. But this is not as easy as it sounds, given research showing that talking about ourselves fires up the same brain areas as sex and good food. We talk about ourselves because it feels good, but resist the temptation. After all, the one-on-one meeting is for the direct. Next, the meetings are often held with the wrong cadence, either too infrequent or too frequent. The science is most aligned with a weekly or every other week cadence approach. Not only is this the preferred cadence by pretty much all job levels, interestingly, actually senior folks wanted the most one-on-ones. That cadence yielded the most gains in employee engagement. Moving on to the next common problem, no agenda or plan of action. The research shows that having an agenda, which appears to happen around 50% of the time based on my data, created in advance or even at the beginning of the meeting itself, was indeed associated with more positive ratings of one-on-one meeting value. Interestingly, one-on-one value ratings were highest when the agenda was created jointly or solely by the direct, and lowest when the agenda was created solely by the manager. I want to emphasize that people were not looking for an extensive or formal agenda. Instead, they were just looking for some type of a priori plan. A plan, even if informal and communicated at the beginning of the meeting, serves to prime the conversation and create focus. A fourth common mistake is not deferring to the direct enough during solutioning. Encourage your directs to share solutions to problems they bring to you. But here's the key point. If the direct solution does not fully align with yours, but it's still viable, go with their idea, even if you think yours is a bit better. If you think there's a large gap in quality between your idea and theirs, and the consequences of a wrong solution are high, then it's reasonable to push back. But a large gap with consequences, that's the meaningful phrase. If there isn't a big gap between your idea and theirs, just let it go. Let it go. This conveys trust, and the direct will be more motivated to act. Overall, pick your battles and be reasonable. Another common mistake is forgetting that one-on-ones have to address both personal and the practical needs of directs. Now, practical needs are more tactical in nature and are often more natural for us to focus on during the typical status update type of one-on-one. But with a little attention to personal needs, you can change your one-on-ones dramatically. Personal needs are about how a team member feels coming out of the one-on-one. They need to feel trusted, respected, included, and the like. The ideal one-on-one process balances these two sets of needs. To assure personal needs are met, the key behaviors needed are listening and responding with empathy, communicating authentically and transparently, being kind and supportive, demonstrating appropriate vulnerability, and looking for opportunities to involve the direct. Finally, just like in any regular meeting, you can do a lot of damage in your one-on-ones with a poor ending. An excellent one-on-one conclusion has several pieces to it. Be sure takeaways, commitments, timelines, and action steps are clear for both parties, including how you will support next steps. Furthermore, to promote accountability and progress between meetings, jot down and later distribute quick notes capturing the content. Finally, end the one-on-one on a positive note by thanking directs for their hard work. Praise them for their good efforts and/or results they've achieved. Even if you're having a tough conversation or dealing with some constructive feedback, try to end on a more positive note. Ending on a positive will leave you both feeling more motivated and optimistic rather than stressed and drained.